You've survived another long day, and I want to acknowledge how hard you worked. Dragging your heavy body home, kicking off your shoes, and collapsing onto the couch or bed before you even have the energy to wash up. We've all been there, haven't we? Staring blankly at the ceiling, letting out a heavy sigh and wondering, I literally did nothing today. Why on earth am I so exhausted? That's a feeling almost all of us carry with us at some point. Many of you who stumbled upon this video might look perfectly fine on the outside, but inside, you feel entirely drained, like a dead battery. You definitely spent the whole weekend doing absolutely nothing, rolling around in bed without stepping foot outside. You ordered good food and binge-watched Netflix. Yet, when Monday morning rolls around, your body feels incredibly heavy and your mind sinks even deeper. It's strange, isn't it? You rested your body, so why does it feel like your mind didn't rest at all? Why do we feel so worn out and depleted even when we do absolutely nothing? It's so nice to meet you. This is Psychology Lemon, a space created to be the comforting equivalent of a warm cup of lemon tea for your grueling daily routine. Since today is our channel's very first episode, I want to dive into an ache that is deeply fundamental, yet something we all endure every single day. We're going to talk about the fake rest that drains the life out of us without us even realizing it, and the invisible anxiety quietly pooling at the bottom of our hearts. So, shall we gently unpack those emotions you've been pressing down so tightly? Grab a warm cup of tea or simply close your eyes, get comfortable, and lend me your ear. From this moment on, this time is entirely, exclusively yours. The first reason we feel insanely exhausted despite doing absolutely nothing is that our brain is running at full capacity without a single second of rest. Think about your smartphone. What happens when you leave dozens of apps running in the background? The screen might be off, but the battery drains at light speed. Then, when you actually need to use it, the phone stutters and overheats. Our brains are exactly the same. Your body might be lying still, but inside your mind, dozens, even hundreds of browser tabs are left wide open. What did my boss really mean by that comment earlier? Was I being completely clueless? What am I going to do about tomorrow's presentation? I don't think I'm ready. Why is my credit card bill so high this month? Everyone my age seems so settled and successful. What on earth am I doing with my life right now? Thoughts like these spiral endlessly, biting at each other's tails, with regrets about the past and anxieties about the future constantly colliding. Your brain is essentially sprinting a full marathon. In this state of hyperarousal, it doesn't matter how plush and comfortable the bed you're lying on is. Your brain keeps pumping out the stress hormone cortisol. Your body is forced to maintain a state of high alert, physically reacting as if you are actively being chased by a lion. So how could you possibly not be exhausted? Your physical body is crying out for rest, but inside your head, it's a war zone. And tucked right behind this is the second reason we suffer so much. It's the strict supervisor living inside our own minds. At some point, our society created an atmosphere where standing still is practically viewed as a sin. We are subtly but constantly pressured to believe that we must always be working on self-improvement, never falling behind our peers, and spending even our days off doing something productive just to prove our worth as human beings. Because of this, we are plagued by guilt even in our moments of rest. Is it really okay for me to just lie here? Shouldn't I be reading a book or something? I really should go work out. We rest while feeling anxious, and because we are anxious, we fail to actually rest. It's a brutal, vicious cycle. It is exactly like mashing down on the gas pedal and the brake at the exact same time. The engine roars like it's about to explode, but the car doesn't inch forward at all. Instead, the internal parts just scorch and burn black. And those burning parts? They are your mental health and your self-esteem. We also can't ignore the sheer weight of the emotional labor we endure in our daily lives. The bone-deep fatigue that comes from navigating human relationships. We all know that feeling, don't we? The forced smiles you pasted on just to keep the peace when you really didn't want to smile. The genuine feelings you swallowed down to avoid upsetting someone else. The moments you had to just laugh off a blatantly rude remark. When these seemingly small acts of emotional suppression pile up day after day, the weight on your mind becomes unimaginably heavy. It must feel like clutching a prickly hedgehog tightly against your chest. You're hugging it close so that its quills won't prick anyone else, but the one actually bleeding from the thorns is you. We are constantly taking out loans on our own energy, spending it recklessly just to appear as a good or fine person to the outside world. By the time you're finally alone, you are entirely bankrupt. It's overwhelming just trying to replenish the reserves you drained out there. So how in the world do we break free from this suffocating fatigue and lethargy? How can we finally experience true rest and detoxify our minds? The first step is remarkably simple, yet it requires a profound amount of courage. It's about fully acknowledging and accepting the fact that you are simply exhausted. I want you to tell yourself this: I have every right to be this tired. I fought so hard in places no one else could see, and I endured so much heavy emotion. So right now, I am allowed to rest, unconditionally. Giving yourself permission to rest, that is where genuine healing begins. You do not need to achieve something or cross tasks off a to-do list to prove your worth. You are already an incredibly precious, valuable person just by breathing and existing in this world. Even the act of zoning out requires a specific condition to become true rest. It has to be guilt-free zoning out. When you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling and waves of anxious thoughts rush in, don't try to fight them. Just observe them. Note to yourself, I see I'm feeling anxious again. Watch those thoughts pass by like clouds drifting across the sky. Then whisper softly to yourself, it's okay. Right now is a time where it is perfectly okay to do nothing. Think about it. What if the only person who could protect you in that moment was you? Be the kindest, most generous friend to yourself. If a dear friend were crying from sheer exhaustion, you would never whip them with words like, "Why are you being so weak? Get up and do something." You would quietly rub their back and say, "You've been through so much. Please, get some rest." It is time to turn those warm, comforting words inward. That is all I have prepared for today. Tuning the frequency of your heart to your own voice, rather than the expectations of others. That is the first step of the mental detox that Psychology Lemon wants to embark on with you. You truly worked so hard just making it through today. You are so much stronger and shine so much brighter than you give yourself credit for. Tonight, please don't force yourself to sleep, and please don't beat yourself up. Just get comfortable and focus solely on the rhythm of your own breathing. I promise tomorrow your heart will feel just a little bit lighter than it did today. If this video offered even a small measure of comfort to your exhausted mind, and if you'd like to continue this warm journey of inner growth with me, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll be back in the next video with even more empathy and comfort. Have a peaceful night. You did more than enough today.